wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you for joining me again. Still working through our Python. No, we did a lot of Python videos, so they were cool. I like Python. Now we're working in Go, and we're building a library management-ish tool for a home library. But really, we're using it as a way of exploring how we can do CRUD functionality, starting from managing a local memory map through to a database, and now we're looking at how we can be using APIs for our input instead of leveraging a text-based CLI like we had previously. So let's jump into it. We're just going to build off our last code. It may surprise some of you to know that we'll probably end up deleting chunks of it, but that's, I think, okay. I think it's okay to go back when you want to improve things and just go, yeah, nah, and just get rid of it. So, look, I think we'll take in a couple of new libraries here. Let's jump into it. We're going to need a way to encode JSON, so encoding /JSON. Excellent, and I mean, honestly, we'll probably leave the rest of this as is, and we can ditch it if need be. Alright, so we now have our book structure. We'll define what it will look like in JSON. So JSON ID. We will have JSON title. JSON author. Alright. Now, I know YouTube seems to be loving the long videos. I'm going to try and not make this one drag on forever, mostly because I'm recording these back to back. My fingies are getting tired. This is like 3 hours in at this point. Okay, so what do we got? I think our structure's good. Our database connection, still want that. That's good. Alright. Yeah. Okay, cool. Leave our database connection. We'll leave it alone. Our main. Yep. Let's have our database connection in there. I think that's all good. Yep, so we'll have... Yeah, let's jump into... I think we might start in our main, because we're going to need to set up our routing for these APIs. So, I don't think we need to be passing a reader anymore. I think we'll still keep our connection here as is. Yep. Cool. We'll still create a table if none exists. But down here. Look at this. Look at it. It's going. No more CLI menu for us. So, let's scrap it. Scrap it, it's happening. We're going to set up some handlers for HTTP. So, http.handle function, say books, and we'll make that use a function called handle books. We'll set up another one, http.handlefunc. We'll do it for books with a slash, because that's going to be for handling books by ID, because we'll pass the ID in the URL. So handle books by ID. Now we will print, hey, no, we will log a print line. Server listening on port 8080, so we'll run this on port 8080. And if there's an issue, we'll log fatal. Well, no. If there's an issue, we'll log it. But we will go http.listen and serve. We'll do it on port 8080 and nil. Wonderful. All right. That's that done. Wasn't that like so much easier? Like suspiciously easier? That's a much smaller main function. I mean, we need to build some more functions now. So let's jump into that. But like a function handle books. Use the writer from http.response writer and requests with http.request. Perfect. Now, handling our methods. So switch dot method. For our read methods, we'll go in the case that http.method get. We want to use read all books, and we'll pass the writer and the request. In the case that we have a post, so http.method post, we're going to call our create book function with W and R sent across. And if it's anything other than those, we just want to respond back that that's not cool. HTTP error. Alright. Method not allowed. And send back a response code that is similar. http.status method not allowed. Alright. Winner. Now, in the event that we're handling by ID, so when we're getting an ID sent across, we want a function handle books by ID. We're going to take in that same response writer and request, and yeah, we'll jump in, we'll capture the ID. So the ID is going to be r.url.path books, no, sorry, /books. We want the parameter on the end of that. Wonderful. So yeah, we grab what happens after that length. That's good. Now, switch statement. Switch for our methods, r.method. Now, someone's using a get, they're doing a get book by ID, so we'll do case. No, hang on. Case http dot method get read book by ID, pass in response writer, the request and the ID value. In the case that the HTTP method is put for an update, we will say update book, and we'll still pass in the same things, W, R, and ID. Case, I think the other one would be delete, so http.method delete. We'll call delete book, pass in W, R, D, no, not D, ID. Yes, excellent. And our default is going to be the same as above. Hey, you can't do that. Alright. I think that takes care of that for us. Now, our functions, they're going to need to change ever so slightly. So let's start with create book. It is going to actually, maybe we want to declare our database variable at the global level. Bar db sql.db, and that way we will be able to just pull it dynamically into everything. Why are you angry? There's no comma here. And you're spelled wrong. You don't even need the full word. Alright. Perfect. Okay, cool. So, we're no longer going to be using inputs. What we need to have, though, is taking in the response writer and the response request. Response request? No, just the request. So we'll specify that as W, and it'll be http.response writer, and R for a pointer to the request. Now I think all of our functions are going to need these, so we'll drop them in. So we've got create book, read all books. Read book by ID is going to have this, but it will also take in an ID, which will be string. Update book, probably same deal. We'll need it with the ID string. Delete book, same deal. ID string. Excellent. All right. So, creating a book. Most of this, I think we can now consider gone. Our actual calling the database, you know what? It's going to cause issues. It's going to cause issues. Create book. What are we doing? So I'll create create a book, bar book, book. And we're gonna interpret the JSON that's coming in. So caption an error if there is one, while we go JSON dot new decoder. Say r dot body dot decode with the book. Okay. Now, if there's an error, if error does not equal nil, we will send back http dot error is the writer, error dot error, and http dot status bad request. Excellent. All right, and then return. So, nope. Return. Wonderful. And if it works, we'll send back a 201 status. So w write header http dot status created. Excellent. That is much simpler as a function. Much simpler as a function. Fantastic. All right. You know, it probably would be. You can tell I've been at this for a while. Because I've forgotten a huge chunk here. Yeah? Yeah. The important bit, the actual creating of things. So we'll execute for the database exec, insert into books, title, the author, the values, $1, $2, returning the ID. We're going to pass in book.title and book.author. Excellent. All right. Once again, we need to do a little bit of error checking there. So if error does not, every key but the one I need, error does not equal nil, we're going to send back for this one an internal server error. HTTP error, use the writer, spit out the error, and send back status internal server error. Something went bad on our end. 500 errors. Okay. Now, I think we're done with this one. All right. Read all books. It's a long one, but let's see what it's like when we're done. Read all books. So we're going to, once again, just do our call to grab everything. I think that's actually going to be the same. Yeah, but if something goes wrong, we need to change what we're doing. We don't want to just log that. And then, okay. Let's say that to there is probably fairly safe. Okay. We're going to query our database. I'm going to say, if error doesn't equal nil, oh sorry, yeah, if there's an error. HTTP.error, use the writer, error.error, we'll say, hey, status, internal server error, return, then we'll defer, close, and we'll go bar books, of the book structure. killing me. And we're going to loop through. So for rows.next, we want to bar book, type book, autocorrect, come on, come on. Alright. Book, no autocorrect, just no, okay, just no, okay. Reading all books, book log, just killing me. Okay, looping through. Now we're gonna scan. So error on rows.scan. Pass in book ID, book title, book author, and if something goes wrong, we'll do internal server error. If error does not equal nil, go to http.error w error.error http.status internal server error, return. Otherwise, we'll take that book and we'll append it to the books list. Then, we'll play the most critical part, JSON.new encoder W tooltips, man. Alright. Dot encode books using our writer. Alright. And that should send it back. Happy days. Why are you angry with me? Unexpected append at end of statement. Yeah, because I'm missing an equal sign. That's why. Alright. Oh. Now why is it angry? Yeah, I think you're just messing with me now. Alright. Let's scroll down, we'll keep working on this. Reading a book by an ID. Getting serious. Okay. So we want to read a book by an ID. Let's ditch this. Let's query the database for the ID. So we'll go row db.query row select star from books where ID equals $1, and that is going to be the ID which we're passing in here. Then we'll go var book type book error sign row dot scan, pass in the book details, book dot ID, book dot title, and book dot author. It's finally happened. I've written the word book so many times it's lost all meaning and I can't even tell if it's spelled right. Alright. Now, if error does not equal nil, http.error, use the writer, error, Not found. And then return. And if it is found, JSON new encoder, use the writer to encode book. Perfect. I think. We'll find out. It's going to be a good little journey for us to all go on together. Updating a book is now going to have variable book, type book. We are going to say, do our decoding of the body so we can understand the change that they want to make. So JSON.new decoder, so we're going to have a body in this request. Dot decode, put that into book. Alright, if there's an error, we want to say there was an error. Error, we use our response writer, error, status, bad request. Bad request. Bad. Needs to be like hit on the nose with a rolled up newspaper. Never really understood doing that to animals. It seems mean. Underscore error. Now we'll do our database call. db.exec. Update. Books. Set title equals $1, author equals $2, where ID equals $3, and we will use book.title, book.author, and ID. Excellent. Now we're going to need to error check that, so if error not equal nil, http dot error w for a writer, error http dot status internal server error, return. Excellent. Otherwise, we will use w dot write header to just send back an OK. So HTTP status OK. So I'm not actually necessarily creating something. We want a 201. Just like, yeah, cool. It's 200. It's good. And I think that's it for updating. Let's take a look at our last one here, which is delete. Now, we've got our ID in. I think we just run our query here. So, db.exec. Delete from books where ID equals $1. $1 is our ID. Comes in the URL request parameters. Okay, if there's an error, it's not equal nil, that's not equal, that's not equal. We want http dot error writer, response writer. Although in this case it's writing the error. And we want to say that there was an internal server error. So http dot status internal server error. Return. there's no error, we'll just return a status no content, I guess. W right header http dot status no content. Okay. Ladies and gents, I think that's it. I can see we've got an error over here somewhere. Yep, that's just a W, not a WM. Excellent. Back down here somewhere we've got an error. What are we doing there? What are we doing there? That's an interesting one. Alright, so that's when we're handling by ID. Method. Is that okay? What's its error? Interesting. So it doesn't like taking the request method? This likes taking the request method. Why don't you like taking the request method? I'm not sure that that's actually an error. It's a yellow squiggly, not a red squiggly. I can't actually see. There's apparently the little red thing here, the little red thing here. Maybe that's our issue. Because that's not supposed to be if, that's supposed to be ID. Does that make everything better in the world, or just... No, it made so many more things worse. I don't care for when that happens. Alright, what do we got here? Oh yeah, cool. That's a thing. Does that make everything better in the world? It made that better in the world. And it made that better. Alright, cool. What do we got up here? So this is in our update book function. And doing when we're executing. Yeah, I've tried error, but I wanted error. Just error. What other issues have we got? New encoder. That's not a word. Is there more? We've missed one down here. What have we missed over here? One of those like tiny red squiggles. I feel like it's playing Where's Wally to try and find. Wait, there, literally right there. Okay, cool. I think I just want to. Do I just want error again? Yeah, error. Yeah. Okay, cool. And why are we angry up here? We just don't like package main. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's not going to slow us down. Okay, cool. Let's try it. Bated breath. It says it's listening. I know this is going to excite everyone. A Postman repo ready to go. I love Postman. I don't like how long it takes to open, which is why I've left it open in the background. Alright, let's see if we can retrieve our books. Could not get a response. Socket hang up. Okay. Okay. I mean, I wasn't really expecting that. What's our error? Invalid memory or nil pointer deference. Go routine 34. So many things have gone wrong. Let's close this off. Panic serving! We're panic serving! Okay. It says go routine 34. Okay, well, hang on. Let's think about this logically. We're trying to do get all books, and it had a panic attack. So let's look at get all books. Where are we? I probably should have tried anything else just to see what happened. Where are we? Yeah, read all books. Brain's just not working today. That's okay. Alright, just because it was a full-on panic attack, let's run this again and try a few other calls and see if we get similar responses, or if it's just that specific one. It's like, we go all books, we know that's no good. If we get a book, let's get book 1. Send. We're still getting sheer panic. We're still getting sheer panic. Alright, what about if we went to delete? Just hate book 1. Delete book 1? No. Okay. So this is sort of an everything kind of an error. That's interesting. Alright. Alright, so I've been sitting here looking at this for quite some time, and looking at my notes because I had a copy of this that was working and trying to work out why it was no longer working, and it's all because of my colon, this colon right here specifically. If we get rid of that, save, so I don't want to create and assign, we just want to do this, equals, yep, awesome. We'll come in here, we'll run it, come in here, we're going to get all books, and it's working, wonderful. Okay, so now let's close this, let's check the response. I've gone and thrown a huge spanner in the works now because I can't remember how to get the body up. Give me a minute. I literally just clicked one button. Freak coincidence. But there we have it. We can see that we now have our response coming back. There we go. Well, we can see all our books in there. Let's create a book. Got To Kill a Mockingbird ready to go. 201 created. Let's jump back in. Go to get all books. Go. And now we can see that ID6 To Kill a Mockingbird is now showing up. Excellent. Alright. What if we wanted to get a book by ID? Book 1. Perfect. What if we wanted to delete a book? We wanted to delete To Kill a Mockingbird. 204 no content, exactly what we expected. Get a book. If we try and retrieve number 6. No role using result, 404 not found. Perfect. So we have created a book, we have retrieved our books. We haven't updated a book yet. Let's update a book. Let's get, we've gotten rid of To Kill a Mockingbird. Yep. Get all books. What was the idea of start with Y? Number 4. Alright, so let's update book number 4. We'll update it to start with Y. We're going to remove the updated from the end. Simon Sinek. Send. We've got 200. We've got an OK response. Let's retrieve again. What have we got? We've removed the updated from the end of that. Perfect. That's everything. Finally up and running. Exciting. Alright, so next step. Let's make a front end for this that calls the APIs to pull the data, and we can make something kind of funky and better user experience-y. Maybe not, I don't know, but it's certainly going to have a web-based front end. Exciting times. If you've liked this video, drop a like. If you've got any feedback, any comments, drop them down in the comments below. If you've got any negative feedback, feel free to leave that too. Any engagement is appreciated at this point. It helps me get these videos out to people who do enjoy them, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, if you want to stay up to date, follow along with the series, click subscribe, hit the little bell icon to get updated when the new video drops. Until next time, have a good one.